So, folks, welcome to another episode. I think it's about the 6th or the 7th. I'm going to do one more after this in December just to wrap up the year. And that'll be it then till, say, the second, third week of January, where I will be previewing the National League and getting ready to head to Galway. So, I was watching that there. I don't know if any of you have watched it. I'm sure you saw that Tea for Me with that Shane Todd geezer, and he calls everybody his sippers. So if somebody could come up with a wee name for my fans, have any fucking fans? I don't know. People who follow me will call them that. We'll not call them fans because that sounds a bit fucking weird. So yeah, if anybody, I would call them mouthers or mouths. So I'm going to call you as mouths. So to my fellow mouths, this will be the second last one of the year. I'm actually planning maybe having a wee one tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes with a friend of mine. Well, a couple of friends maybe. One definitely, maybe two. We'll not release any names yet. Gary is one of them. I will release a name. Gary and Bran. We'll call them Gary and Bran. Yeah, and hopefully we maybe in the new year might have one or two co-hosts, which would be fucking brilliant because it's hard to keep this all flying on my own. I know I've got plenty to say and I've got quite the bake on me, but so anyway, another wee shout out to our sponsor here, Anto Max. Keep looking around to see what that dog's at. Sorry, Anto Max and all the people out at the gym and the coffee shop out in the Ballycrummy Road. So if any of you need any coffee or you just want to get fit for the new year, you know, get the old, I was going to say Christmas buds. Is there such thing as Christmas buds? I don't know. It's definitely an old summer bod, like, but my bod's just been the same. Chunky. So yeah, big shout out to Anto and thanks for all the sponsor, Anto. Since I started this, you've been a help, like, definitely. We'll get talking in the new year about a new sponsorship deal. Yeah, so hopefully what is it, Thursday, right? So tomorrow night I'll have maybe, not tomorrow, sorry, Saturday night I'll have a couple of, an extra couple of hosts maybe. Yeah, so again, Anto, thank you for your help and support. And thanks to everybody who has subscribed. Thanks to people who have sent me messages. I really appreciate it. I'm just one guy trying to help people. Influence. Not even an influence. No. Just help. Fuck, I wouldn't want to be an influencer. Jesus Christ, no. Fuck that shit. But I definitely want to help people if I can. So again, if any of you need any help with anything disability orientated or anything, don't hesitate to give me a shout on any of my many platforms. So with that in mind, we'll dive into a bit of the GAA, the GAA. You know, fuck freaks, folks. It's cold, isn't it? You can see look behind me. Well, I always find it hard to point there. The Christmas hat is back. The Santa hat is back. It's freezing. So, folks, just a wee quick shout too before we dive into anything. If you know anyone who's elderly and needs a wee bit of help around these times, give them a wee knock at the door. Alright there, Jim. You need anything? Takes fuck all, folks. Takes fuck all. Just give them a wee shout. Or even just land to their house with a couple of wee things for them just to get them through. Because it's cold already, like, you know what I mean? And we're only in November, so doesn't bode well for fucking Christmas or January. January's always freezing. Right, so anyway, I went off on one there, sorry. But yes, again, it's a good topic. If you have anybody that's elderly near you, give them a wee shout. It takes nothing, folks, to be nice. So, big news in the GAA this year, or this week, these 2 weeks. I haven't been on in 2 weeks, so I haven't. Just thought I'd give it a wee break last week, so, you know, the mouth was a bit mouthed out, as they say. So big news in Dublin with James McCarthy and Bran Fenton retiring. Like, there were stalwarts for the Dublin GAA scene, weren't they? Like, I seen that their podcast, that their the football pod with James McCarthy on it, folks. If you get a chance to watch that, it's a great podcast if you like your GAA. But yeah, he spoke very well. He's a big brute of a man, but he was just basically saying, this is James McCarthy. He was basically just saying that it's just gotten out of the injuries, just take too long to come back from. And he's going to throw everything he can into the club that he plays for. I can't remember what the club was called. I can't even remember, so I can't. But yeah, that should be a big loss. That will be a big loss. But then you've got Bran Fenton. That was McCarthy, James McCarthy, on the football pod. But Bran Fenton, I think I read somewhere where that fucker had only lost 3 championship games in his whole time playing, and what was it, 7 All-Irelands out of 10? My good God, I don't know if them stats are right, but that seems crazy. I think they are right. Like, he was quite the baller, like, wasn't he? I remember on that football pod, James McCarthy talking about the losses, and he said he had some crazy losses, but he always remembers the losses more than the wins. Which you do. You don't win. You don't learn anything from winning. You don't. You definitely don't. Like, I used to manage that Max Athletic team, and we lost fucking quite a lot. But I can't actually say that the boys actually learned from losing, because they weren't. Their heads were up their holes. Sorry for saying that, but there was a few people on that team that were good, and wanted to buy into things. But anyway, we're not getting into that. That's opening a can of worms, which I don't need to be opened again. So yeah, and then there was Chrissy McCaig, who called it a day up and die, and I was surprised at that with his new manager coming in, Paddy Talley. Very surprised at that. I thought he might have given it a wee rattle, because I'll tell you something now, right? And Derry have a good team. Derry have a good wee outfit that, just Mickey Hart was fucking shite, let's be honest. But still another Tyrone man going in the man. I don't know if I like people who aren't from the county. I think you need like an Armagh man, a man's Armagh, Dublin man. That's so be it. Paddy Tally, but he's got a good record. So look, we'll see what's what. Roll on the National League. Well, these what are we on now? What date are we on now? We're on the 21st. So 30 days of September, April, June, 30 days. So there's about a week left here in this month. And then the big news out will be what fucking rules did they pick. I haven't heard any inklings or whispers about what's going down. I know the 4-point thing is going for the goal, which fucking, that was shit. That was stupid. That was never going to work. It's just my wee drumstick that I used to pipe the keys just in case anybody's wondering. But yeah, Chrissy McCaig, I thought he would have given it a rattle with the new manager, Paddy Tally, but not to be. So he's called it a day as well. It definitely has been a season of change and managers coming and going, and but what I like is with all this managerial merry-go-round and people retiring and whatever, not one person has quit the Armagh team, the panel, the squad. Yeah, I think they know that there's another good rattle in that team yet. I believe there is, like, so hopefully we get a good rattle at it when the National League, just something to do in January. Oh, look out if we won the National League, be another trophy in the cabinet. We start off against we start off against Galway up in Galway on the 25th. And we'll see. They're going to be out for revenge against us. There's no denying that. They're 100%. Maybe I'll bump into Damien Comer's da again. I bumped into Damien Comer's da when we played them in in Mayo, wasn't it? We played them in Mayo. We played them in Mayo. Yeah, I was bumped into Damien Comer's dad then. So I did. And then I had the pleasure of meeting the man again, who's actually in a wheelchair. I met the man again in Crook Park the day of the All Ireland quarterfinals, and I remember meeting him in just before we get into the lift, and I remember giving him a wee nudge and saying, "You'll beat these fucking Dublin bastards today," and lo and behold, they did. But we got them in the end. But lovely man, so I wouldn't mind bumping into him again. So to the boys that have retired, even though I'm an Armagh man, fair play to you for your dedication to the GAA. So with that in mind, I'd like to wish them all the best in the future endeavours and thank them for all the memories that they've given us on the pitch. And that's just me speaking as a GAA fan. So it is, these boys were ballers, boy. And as I say, you give up most of your life when you're playing inter-county football, like, so I'm told. So you can see it. It becomes your life. Like, you're like them boys from Armagh would have been training, 6 nights a week last year? Towards the end, like, they would have been definitely training 6 nights a week. So they're fucking right, they would have been. Right, folks. As I said, the GAA. The other thing is too, but for playing out Clonard, I need to say Clonard. They played this week. The 2 semi-finals of this week. I see there's one out in the athletic grounds on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. That's Scottstown against the other team. I can't remember. And then you have up in Newry, I think it is, Clonard against Ergal Keenan. I think that's how you pronounce them, from Tyrone. That'll be a brutal one. That's going to be a big match. So it will. But listen, big shout out to Clonard. Go get it, lads. County boys making a difference, but not just that. You can't just rely on the county boys. Like, they're a team. They're a team and they're playing well. They beat Newbridge by, I think it was one or two. Tiernan Kelly looked like he had a fucking absolute ball every game, boy. He's stepping up something serious, isn't he, Tiernan, boy? TKs, Right, folks. Now, next year, after this one, I'm doing one more next, as I said, and then next year I'm going to be doing a bit more, I was going to say roving reporting. I suppose I am, like, in the old cart. There'll be some miles in the cart then, by. We'll definitely be doing disability access in GAA grounds. Now, listen about. I personally haven't really come up against anything now. You know what I mean? That has got bad. Like, I remember back in the day when Madame and Mom, we used to go as a family. Jesus, it was bad, but yeah, you had some geezer standing at the gate who said we weren't allowed in, and we weren't allowed in here, and we weren't allowed in there, and there was fucking arguments. Oh Jesus. That's what I love for the girl came anyway, and the arguing. One of the games with my mom and dad. Imagine them do whatever it took to get me in the games. They weren't standing there and taking no for an answer. But anyway, listen. In my experiences now as an adult, it has got a lot better. Yeah, like, tickets now for myself are pretty easy to come by. And that's just a big massive shout out to everybody over in the Armagh office, the Armagh GAA office over there at the Canorsh. Big shout out to Sarah, who sorts out all my tickets. The ones for, like, the National League and the ones for Ulster are free, and I get somebody in with me as well for free. So that there is good, See these people who say, "No, I want to pay because I feel discriminated." No, you don't. You're just being weird if you want to pay for things you don't have to pay for. That's just my opinion, anyway. And then when it comes to the championship, again, I just ring Sarah over in the Canorsh building, put my name down for a ticket. They send you one to your email or your inbox or your GAA page, and then you pay for them. No, sorry, you don't pay for Ulster. Sorry, that was a complete lie. Sorry. I don't pay for Ulster tickets. I don't, and I get someone in with me for free. But then when it comes Croke Park time, what happens is they're pretty smart about it. They will give you still 2 tickets, so that's one for me and one for a carer or a companion or drinking buddy. We don't need a carer, like, really, do I? I'm more look after the bays by when we go places, for fuck's sake. That's no, I don't want the bays thinking that. Moan your ledge. But yeah, then what happens is they give me 2 tickets, so they do, right? And when you look at it, they're only half price, so I'm only still paying for the price of 1 ticket, but I get 2, so it's not too bad. So like they're the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final. Fuck, that feels great to say. I got tickets for free, basically. Yeah. Well, yeah. What they do is they're giving me my ticket for free and the cures, but they split them in half, so it doesn't look. Again, they're just covering their own back, so people don't yap about being discriminated against, about not having to pay. That's like reverse discrimination. I don't know. It's like Benjamin Button in fucking discrimination mode. Anyway, I went off one there, sorry. Yeah, so I'll be doing a bit of disability access. I'll not talk too much about it now, the grounds that I've been to, but there's been a few ones that are absolute, yeah, just like a wee hut in the corner, pushing a bucket. But look, that's the way it is. I'm here to hopefully improve things. I would love to improve the standard of disability in the GAA. I know Cross Million Rangers doing a GAA for all inclusion thing, which I think's fantastic. Maybe more. Maybe there is maybe a niche in the market. Not a niche in the market. I don't want to make money, no, but you know what I mean. An opportunity for somebody. Let me say locally, the Harps, the Oaks. I'll stick with the Harps. So if anybody from the Harps is listening, I would love to be a part of the inclusion for all in the GAA. Like, I'm not going to put the ball over the bar or pick it up, but if there's other disabled people out there who are fit to play the GAA, or want to even look, just gives other hurling or camogie or anything, I would be interested in helping out, no problem. For the Harps, my old team, definitely would. So if there's anybody listening from the Harps, or anybody knows any way I could get in touch with the Harps to see if we could get something going for inclusion for all, that'd be great, wouldn't it? So it would. Now, folks, I've got Amsterdam booked. So I have Amsterdam booked, and we're going for Paddy's Day. Me, the Muffler, and LaRusso. I keep the nicknames, so people know who they are. Yeah, we're going the Sunday before, then Paddy's Day, then a wee day after Paddy's Day to recuperate. Rise up. You have to, when you go to Amsterdam, there's not a minute to spare by. I've been about, I think this is about my, I'm going to say 8th or 9th. I don't think I'm reaching double figures yet, but I will be soon. We had funny story. We'd planned on going just after lockdown, and after that shite on Paddy's Day, all booked, fucking all sorted. But Dopey here never got a passport, a COVID passport. Fucking with balls, by right. So we rocked up to the airport. But we'd found out before that there that you had to get a negative COVID and pay for it yourself, and you only do that there in certain places. So the day before we went, me and Muffler drove down to the fucking airport and done the COVID test. I am negative, he was negative. Roll on the down by fucking living for it. And the next day, rock up the airport, go up to the counter. The woman had a British passport. Don't shoot me for that. I do plan on getting an Irish one in the new year. That's one thing I want to do this in the new year. I know everybody fucking talks about the new year and makes those bullshit things, but that's one thing I'm going to do. And anyway, we wrapped up, handed her my English passport. She was like, have you got a COVID passport on your phone? Nope. you're not going to be able to come then. What? So here's basically what happened, folks, right? They wouldn't let me on the plane because I didn't have a COVID passport. And because my mate Muffler had an Irish passport, he was allowed to go. So basically they told me that you could have 30, 40, whatever amount of people on the plane holding different passports with all different rules. Stupid. So I had to get back into the car and go home. Scruff didn't go. What a legend Muffler is for not going on. So this is the one where I know it took us fucking 4 years, 5 years. 5 years. I haven't been back in Amsterdam. Fuck, I haven't been in Amsterdam since that. And I didn't get there, so it was before that. So it was about 5 or 6 years since I've been in Amsterdam. Sitting on top of that. But it's booked. The hotel was booked the other day. And we're flying. Literally. So, Amsterdam. It is a bit tricky managing it in the cart. No point lying. It's a bit of an old city. And a lot of the places where we want to be visiting, frequenting is not the word, right? Frequenting, are wee pokey downstairs or upstairs or fucking jammed because it's fucking tourists. But I've been that many times now that I have found plenty of cafes and places that I can get into. So what you have to do, folks, is just know the best spots for you. For me, anyway. For me, as I say, everybody's disability and everything's different. You might be in a push wheelchair where your mates can lift you, which, that sort of way. I don't like being in push wheelchairs. I could go in a push wheelchair, but that means now my mates have to lift me. They have to push me around, which means when we get a bit of sauce and all into this, I probably get F sitting somewhere. Fuck me. Somebody run away with it. I'm long leave me back, as my ma used to say. Yeah, so Amsterdam's booked. We're staying in the Bulldog, it's called. Super accessible for me. Restaurant, bar, they stay open, they let you smoke. Stay open about 4 or 5 in the morning. And it's pretty central. So because it's a wee touristy spot, you meet new people, which I like. You meet all kinds of people in it. So you do. And actually, I think it was the last time we went. We were sitting around the pool table, and it's mad that when I'm away, I can spot our accent a mile away. And I heard this fella talking, and I remember looking, I'm going, you're from Armagh, aren't you? And he's like, I'm from Lurgan, how'd you know? It's like, fuck, it's a watered down, shafty accent, like. But yeah, Amsterdam's booked. As I said, folks, what happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam, so I'm not telling any stories of the dam. Previous or the ones when I get back, but I'll just let you know. I'll take a few videos of the access, and yeah, I'll have to keep it very PG, not the trip, just my videos, which is fucking hard to do. So, and also I've got the tickets for the Met Arena sorted. The Met Arena, by what a spot back in the day. Jesus, we had some nights in that spot, by. But yeah, that's in the Telegraph building. Judge Judes is on it, I think. Fergie, the mighty Fergie, by. I've seen Fergie, I don't know how many times, by. I love the man. His music's unreal. Yeah, so we got the tickets finally sorted there. After a wee bit of cock and route session, we paid for them, to secure them. We paid for half them. And then Dopey here deleted the email that you had, so I had to go on and fucking get them to all email. Oh, I hate being the one that sorts anything, because then if you fuck up, other people's trips are wrecked or nights out or something. So I usually like to be the one that gets things sorted for me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We went last year, me and Chrissy. We went last year, and it was fucking brilliant. That was my first time at a rave, and Jesus, I don't know how long. What an experience, yeah. Yeah, met some new people, lovely people. A lot of people would have woke up the next morning with pictures of me on their phone. It was, fuck me. But I don't mind that shit, bit of a celeb. I'm only joking. Just quick shout out to anybody that's listening, maybe you're disabled as well. And if you've ever been to Amsterdam, give me a wee shout. Tell me what your experiences are. I know my coffee shops that I can get into. There's a good lot of them, you just have to know them. Now, whether they're still open or not, by the time we get there could be new ones opened. it would be great to hear of your journeys. So it would. Now, talking about the Man Arena, to get some stories from that spot. Started going when I was about. What's that dog at? Started going when I was about 16. To the under 18s, the teeny boppers. Then when I became of age, I was allowed to go to the over 18s. Spoof. Very wet behind the ears. I was going there, boy. Jesus. Very wet behind the ears going to that spot. There's a dog. Said it was. Oh, I'll tell you anyway. Yeah, I was about 16, 17, 18 started going, and as I say, very wet behind the ears. But I had plenty of people with me, and plenty of people who knew me there, and the bouncers looked after me and stuff, like, you know, I'm always get in for free, which is fucking handy. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, I remember one night years ago, I've asked my mate whether I can tell this story. Well, yeah. It's mad that any time we went to the arena, right? See, we always used to walk home because it's only like, I don't know how long. It depends what state you're in. And I don't mean New York. Yeah, we always used to dander back in the road. So we did. We always used to dander out, to be honest, too. So we did. But I can remember always thinking at times when we were dandering back in the road, Jess, it never rains. It never rained, but never really rained. And then this one night, oh my fucking Jesus, we were walking back and there was me, McKenna. That's all I can remember is me and McKenna. I don't know. I doubt it was just me and Sean. I don't know how I would have ended up. Just me and him. And we were cutting up. We were going out to mate's house out in Desert Lane, and we were cutting up over the cathedral. Because it was a shortcut before they started locking the gates. And oh Jesus, it was monsoon conditions. But it was rain on top of rain and top of rain and top of rain. And we got to the top of the hill and my chair cut out. Wouldn't you lo and fucking behold, by what a time the chair to cut out by. So I remember saying to McKenna, by, you know, we're both not the most technically savvy in mind, like, so take that lead out of the back of the box there, lad. Now, at this point, you couldn't even get a fucking flame going because of the rain would have put it out. But anyway, and McKenna then decides to take his key out and jam it into the back of the box where the electrics were, and lo and behold, it was like a big blue flashlight, but it was like something out of the movies, but. And I got our balls, we blew this whole Boston thing, we're not moving now, but I had visions of having to ring my dad, come and pick me up at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning by me stoked, stocious. Oh fuck, wouldn't have went down well, but I swear to God. And anyway, we'll plug the lead back in, and I want you kidding, boy, like a beacon of Mordor, so it was. It was like the beacon of Mordor, and we staged out there like 2 drowned rats by. I think I remember going into my mate's house, and now this mate of mine's about 6 foot fucking million, and I remember putting a pair of his tracksuit bottoms on. I think I had them up underneath my armpits, keeping the old titties warm, you know. Yeah. So that was, you know, I don't want to delve too much into the arena stories, but there's plenty to tell. That one's just a wee quick short one. About how stupid we were. I could tell you another one. Here's a quick one. We were on holidays one year in Mallorca. I was only a child. Well, I was old enough, like, let's be honest. And my wheelchair broke. But you know what's funny? Before my wheelchair broke, leading up until that holiday, I don't know how it happened, but I got a fucking puncture every bastard day in my wheelchair. You'd swear the fucking some cunt was taking the piss by and doing it on purpose. And then went on holidays. And I'm not lying to you, or exaggerating this, but about the first 2 days, what happened? A fucking puncture. Yep. And I thought, oh my God, get me home. I really did. Then the wheelchair broke. And Dopey here decided then with his trusty old Swiss Army knife that he was going to get the bees that he knocked about with on holidays to open her up. So lo and behold, boy, we put the old safety goggles on, boy, and we cracked her open. You could see a wee lead was, you know, not connected. Now, not as if we could do anything. We didn't have any fucking welding gear. Or fucking soldering gear. So, I went over to one of the boys, Dallas, who was meant to be an electrical engineer. That's me trying to do inverted commas there. That's what the pause was. And he fucking didn't want to touch her by. No, go on. He went and got my bat. And I could just see the look in my dad's face by, what have you done now? And why the fuck is that box lying wide open? So anyway, that didn't go down well. So it didn't. No, it didn't. And after that, I just took the batteries out of the bastard and get pushed around for the rest of the holiday. It was alright. It was non-special. But when we got home, it turned out that it wasn't even the lead. It was one of the fuses in the main board had blew. So no matter what, it was going to break. It just happened to fucking break on holidays. So folks, I know plenty of wee stories I got. I haven't led a sheltered life. You know what I mean? I went to Ibiza, first time in Ibiza, into the VIP, brought into the DJ box, got to meet Paul Van Dyke and the likes. You know, Paul Van Dyke got to meet me. You know, yeah, that's it, folks. So I just want to turn this page here. I don't have anything else to say. I don't think I have anything else to say. Tease. So if any of you can come up with a nickname for my followers, that would be great. I thought of just mouths, but turning pages is a fucking Holland. Yeah, right now we'll do a wee bit of United talk, will I? Fuck. Been a bit shite. So it has with, I don't know about anybody else, but I hate international breaks. So that's probably due to the fact that Ireland are dirt. Well, we'll be at Finland, but England fucking tanked us. It wasn't good now. My fantasy team, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing this week with the fantasy team, folks. I haven't really looked at it. That fella Kuna from Wolves looks good, doesn't he? I think I noticed there that I've got a few injuries, so I'll have to be savvy in what I do. Again, folks, if you subscribe to my channel, I'll give you a link to my fantasy league, and if you win it, you win £100. That's not bad. So hopefully when the Premier League starts again, Almiron for United, this new manager, steps up a bit and kicks him in the teeth and does whatever he has to do to get the best out of them, because they're walking around like a bunch of yappy bastards at the minute. And as a United fan, I fucking can't have that. No, you know. So folks, that's us. And that's a wrap for today's episodes. We've covered a lot, from celebrating GAA legends and to advocating inclusivity in sport. Thank you for joining. I hope you have enjoyed the conversation and feel inspired to make a difference. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. And until next time, folks, keep chatting about sports, stay active, be inclusive, and remember, folks, we are all in this together. For me, Slánga Fáil.